select statement with different clauses. Now we are going to study about where and having clause in select statement. Let's start with the question, what is meant by a clause? A clause is a word or a group of words ordinarily consisting of a subject and a predicate. Let's see what the where clause is. The SQL where clause is used to select data conditionally by adding it to an already existing SQL select query. Here is the syntax for the where clause. Here, select statement retrieves the record from the corresponding table. Where clause is used to specify the condition. Condition is used to mention the condition to select the values from the table. Let's see with an example. Look at this statement. Here we have given the statement to select the details of an employee whose name is Smith. Press F5 to execute. Here the output shows the details of employee Smith. Order by and top clause. First, let's discuss the order by clause. This clause allows us to sort the records in our result set. The order by clause can only be used in select statements. Here is the syntax for using the order by clause. The order by clause is declared with the keyword ASC, ascending, or DESC, descending. To see this practically, enter these codes in Query Editor. This statement will display the customer's name in ascending order. Press the F5 key to run the statement. As you can see, this statement outputs the customer's names in ascending order. Next, we will move on to the top clause. The top clause returns the first n number of rows or percentage of rows, thereby limiting the number of resulting rows displayed when we are selecting rows in a table. Let's see this with an example. Enter these codes in the Query Editor. The top clause will retrieve the first 10 records from the customer's table. Now press F5 to execute the statement. Here is the output, which shows the first 10 records from the table Customers. In this lesson, we have discussed the different clauses in the select statement. Displaying data from a table. In this lesson, we are going to see the very basic operation to be performed by the user on a table. It is nothing but viewing the information stored in the tables. We can see the information stored in a table using select statement. This statement returns the information stored in the tables. Let's see the syntax for selecting data from the table. Select fields, columns, asterisk from table name. Here, table name is the name of the table from which the data will be displayed, and the fields are the columns that we want to display from the table. If we want to display all the columns in the table, we can use an asterisk in place of fields, and this would list all the columns in the table. So the select statement gives us a result set that is composed of the data from columns in a table. But before we use the select statement, we have to make sure that the right database is open. To open a database that you want to use, type the query. Use and corresponding database name. For example here, we are going to use Students database, so type use students and execute this statement. Now we have successfully opened the Students database. To display all the data from a table called Department from our database, type the statement in the Query Editor screen as select asterisk from Department. In this statement, the asterisk means all columns of the Department table. Now click the Execute button to execute this query. It now displays the result in the result pane. I hope this lesson helps you to understand the select statement. Next, we will see the method of writing the select statement without the from clause. In SQL Server, select statements do not need the from clause. Instead of using a from clause, we can use some special functions like getDate. Let's see how to do this. Look at this statement. Select getDate parentheses. Here we have written a statement with getDate function without using the from clause. Let's execute it. You can see the result as the date and time of the host computer. Note that these columns do not have any headings. Now we will see how to select specific columns from a table. We can select one or more columns from a table. Have a look at this statement. Here we have given two column names in the select statement. As a result of this query, this statement displays the result as all values from these two columns. Until now, we have been discussing